Hello, how are you doing? It always takes a few seconds to just get itself going, which always makes me nervous if it's actually live. But anyway, I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Um, Happy Earth Day as well, people. I wanted to do this video because, well, A, it's Earth Day, which is something that I'm particularly excited about because I have a big interest in the environment. But also, I wanted to do this video based on some conversations that I've had with people recently. And obviously, I'm going to invite you to just do a bit of self-reflection, and there's no shame in that. And we're all where we are. We're all at a level that we're at for a reason, and there's no shame in the level that we're at. It's part of a growth journey. But the self-reflection I think is important. So I thought actually it was a nice way to combine Earth Day with the message that I wanted to put out there today anyway. And fundamentally, I believe, and I know a lot of influential people throughout the world also believe this, that the earth will be a much better place when women step into their power. And I want to see a hell yeah if you're on this vibe with me. And obviously our relationship with money is a big part of this. And I'm going to go into that on this live video. So you can essentially self-diagnose whether you are the problem within the growth of your business or if it's some external situation. The short answer is that it's likely you. And I'm going to obviously talk through how we know that. But essentially, if we look at people who haven't done any sort of personal development or haven't intentionally grown their kind of awareness and their relationship with themselves, I guess, they think, so women who haven't done that work, they think they are worth less than the income level where they can actually thrive in today's modern society. As a general rule, that's what's happening. Women think they're worth less than that level where that thriving level, not just for you, but for your family as well. And it's not our fault as women. Throughout human history, we have always been paid less than our male counterparts. And in some cultures within our actual lifetime, families have even been disappointed to have a baby girl because they are worth less to the family household. So it's ingrained in us as women. However, we also know that women make phenomenal leaders. They exert a special level of powerful influence because of our compassion, because of our feminine energy, because of our work ethic. And fundamentally, if you ask the question, what commands respect and influence in our society as a whole, that is money. For better or for worse, that's the way the world works. And fundamentally, money is a vehicle. Like, the more we make, the more we can step into our feminine nurturing power and give back to those in need. And the more we're able to steer the world in a direction that is more equal, more harmonious, where people, the planet, and all of its creatures are taken care of. Because, as women, that's what we do. We take care of things. So going back to Earth Day, it's in the planet's interest for women to step into their power and mend our relationship with money, or even in a more empowering word than mend is change and evolve our relationship with money. So a negative relationship with money or a low kind of self-worth is very easy to diagnose. And usually it's easy to see when there is a reluctance to spend money on yourself. Like, that's a very easy one to see. Even when we hear things like, you need to put your oxygen mask on yourself before you put the oxygen mask on others. Hi. Even when we hear things like, investing in yourself is the safest investment because obviously you control you. So it's not like you're putting your money in something external. We're in control of ourselves. So putting your money in you is the safest investment. But even when we can think about that on a logical level, for whatever reason, there's still that block. There's still that thing that tells us we're not worthy of spending that money on ourselves. So I say that's the easiest way to diagnose if this is potentially an area you might need to do some work on, especially if it's preventing you from investing in things that are going to help you achieve your goals and your why and your purpose, your reason for being on this planet. If this relationship with money is going to prevent you from stepping into that person who can make real change and make a real difference, what a shame. Like what a shame that the world is going to miss out on that. And actually, the sad thing about this is that this is normal behavior, not just for women, but for everyone. It's normal to be afraid of what we think we can't control. This is built into our primitive response system. Our brain is actually wired to help us reclaim that control when we feel like we're losing it, because it's part of the survival mechanism. Even if your current situation is painful, the part of the brain, the part of the primitive brain that kind of controls fear, still believes that this painful current situation is less of a threat than the prospect of the unknown. Like, that is what the brain believes. But fundamentally, if you're in this group, you've started a business, or you're interested in starting a business, or you've got a side hustle, or you are here on this planet to make change. If you're one of these people, and as I say, in this group, you should be one of those people, then you clearly want more. You clearly want more than what you currently have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been attracted to this Facebook group. You clearly want to help others. You clearly want to have an impact. You clearly want to use whatever your skill set, whatever your service, your product, your value is, as a vehicle to help people. But this fear of losing control, like literally of the fear of leaving your current state is keeping you stuck, and it's keeping the people you could possibly help stuck as well. So that's it. You fear making money because you fear making more money than you currently do because it represents the unknown. So if you have a fear, it's a mirror effect. If you have a fear of investing in yourself, you also have a fear of making money, because obviously one leads to the next. And obviously, as I've said, money is a vehicle for great things. So what a shame, what a shame for the planet, basically. But yeah, I think even if you look at it, so like, you can look at your own life, or you can look at your friends, if you know this information about your friends who started businesses. But the reality is that most business owners get stuck at the same income level than that they were earning in their job beforehand, because this is what they know. Like, this is the known for them, and they know that they're already worth that, so they don't have to stretch their self-worth. They don't have to step into the unknown. And even if they want to, like, they are self-sabotaging left, right, and centre, and they're staying at this income level. The reality is it takes great courage to move past this. It takes courage to earn more money. Like, there is no doubt about that. And because of this, 99% of people will never step into their full power. And like I said, what a shame. The planet is definitely missing out. But, they're on the bright side. I always finish on an empowering note, because self-reflection is important, but if you don't back that up with taking action, it's just depressing. Like, let's face it. There's nothing worse than just knowing that you're the problem without actually taking action and not becoming the problem anymore. So if you want to be part of that, they say that, you know, the 1% that does, unfortunately, that's the kind of stats that are out there, then you need to master your inner entrepreneur. Like, you need to step into that level higher than your current self. You know, the part of you, like the inner entrepreneur, is the part of you that chooses to put fear aside, because fear's never going to go away, but you can put it aside and you can look at it like, by doing so, you're going to help more people, you're going to give your family a greater life, and you're going to show yourself what you're made of. You're going to show the world what you're made of. And yeah, and at the end of the day, why else are we here? So, if nothing else, you know, you definitely need to recognize whether it's your fear, you definitely need to recognize if you have a fear of investing money and therefore a fear of making money. You need to recognize if you have this, and you basically need to say to yourself, this is just an old primitive survival system that does not serve me anymore. You need to recognize that the value you're willing to invest in yourself and the growth of your business isn't just about, like, it's not limited by the money you have access to. And I know that because I've put like £15,000 on 6 different credit cards. So so I know that we all have access to lots of money when we want it. You know, if nothing else, it's just understanding the current value of money that makes you tremble a little bit and makes you feel very uncomfortable. It's just representative of your confidence and your self-worth, which you can change. You can push the boundaries on those things if you want more, obviously. If you don't want more, fair enough. But I doubt you'd be in this Facebook group if that was the case. Yeah, so that's my dog ringing for assistance. I'm going to end it here, but I just encourage you, you know, choose to put your big girl pants on, step into your power. It's a win-win. You know, the world will be better off and your life will be better off as well. So yeah, happy Earth Day and go get 'em. I will speak to you all soon. If I can figure out how to end this live video because the button's disappeared. There it is. Bye.